안 잠그는 게 더 좋아.
아, 청춘해
안 잠그는 게
보시죠.
더 편하거든.
우와 보여. 저거 아니에요? 저거겠지. 저건 거
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
학생들 목소리 다 잘 들어가나요?
네, 아주 잘 들립니다.
네.
좋습니다. 오케이, 오케이.
네, 이제 저희도 영상 스트리밍 시작했습니다. 그 뒤 화면으로 보이실 거예요.
헐 대박.
아, 네, 보입니다. 오, 엑셀런트. 그쪽은 좀 있어 보이네요. 여기 비해서. 우린 너무 없어 보인다. 우리 그냥 강의실이라. 아주 좋아요.
아 1분. 헐 대박.
오늘 순서 대충 아시죠?
네, 얘기해 드렸고요. 그리고 혹시 그 대표님이나 아니면 박주혜 연구원이 저희 카톡으로
네.
그 질문
네.
나왔을 때 이게 약간 1분 정도 딜레이 된다 그러니까는 한 분 정도가
예.
이렇게 그 질문에 대해서 카톡방에 올려주시면 좋을 것 같아요. 혹시
지금
이렇게
저는 안 되고
그럼 박주혜 연구원 얘기해 놓을게요. 네.
내 모바일 폰으로 지금 스카이프를 해서 제 건 안 되고 주희선은 아직 못 봤어요. 근데 아침에 잠들었나?
저희 유튜브 영상으로 스카이프가 나갈 거거든요. 이거는 딜레이가 없다고 생각하시면 돼요.
스카이프가 여기 딜레이가.
이거는 유튜브만 틀 거고요.
소통이 안 되고 스카이프 할 때는 저거 중심이기 때문에 화면 늦어도 그건 개의치 않아도 상관없어요.
이 노트 화면 보여주면 돼요.
그리고 제가 발표할 때는 이렇게 하다가 나중에 Q&A 40분 할 때는 대화는 스카이프로 하겠지만 저희가 카메라가 많지가 않아요. 돌려서 이렇게 대충 하면 오시는 청중들 분위기 나겠죠?
네.
네, 그렇게 하겠습니다. 그래서 앞부분 발표는 이렇게 보고 질문 시작하면 그렇게 돌릴게요.
네.
좋습니다. 좋아요.
목소리. 잠글까요? 나만 엄청나게 보수적인 여자 하지 마. 그만 찍었으면 좋겠다. 여기. 미진이 너무 귀여워. 진짜 너무 귀여워. 아. 그쵸 이거랑
한번 터치해.
다르죠.
한번 터치해.
다하나.
옙. 지금 딜레이가 없는 건 저건 것 같은데 저게 방송 이게 방송하면 그랬나? 네? 난다 뭐라고요?
나니?
모르겠어요. 저게 방송화면인가? 이게 방송화면이야? 미안 모르겠어요.
왜 거기 방송 화면이 여기 천장이 나오죠?
지금 천장 뜨고 있는.
저희 지금
스카이프는
천장밖에
천장 따요.
저희는 천장밖에 보이지
이게
않습니다.
방송화면 있네요. 이게 방송화면이에요.
아 여기서 받은 걸 다시 보내드린 거라고 하십니다.
거기서 받은 스카이프를 올리신 거잖아요. 그쵸?
네.
이거 제가 잘못한 거 아니죠?
네.
각도해 주셨어.
맞네요. 이게 방송화면이네요. 저기 좀 딜레이 쩔어. 한다.
네.
화면
네.
이상해요.
왜 저래요?
아니야.
아니에요?
이거 일부러 이렇게
일부러
잘라주신
그런
거.
건가?
잘리신 거구나. 왜 내 얼굴이 나오죠?
아싸 난 잘림 너무 좋고.
내 얼굴만 나오잖아.
키가 커지고 싶다.
너 키 크고 싶다.
나만 잘리고 너무 부담 안 되고.
희준이만 잘리고 너무 좋고.
아니 난 부담 안 되니까 좋고.
저기요, 제가 처음 Q&A 들어가기 전에 프레젠테이션 할 때는
네.
이쪽에 방송 볼륨을 올리고 스카이프 볼륨을 죽이나요? 아니면 계속 스카이프 볼륨?
그 진행 처음에 발표하실 때는 그 발표하실 때는
네.
스카이프는 안 하셔도 되죠.
그쵸? 네,
유튜브로
그렇습니다.
나가는 게 있으니까
네,
예, 유튜브 화면과 오디오를 저희 그냥 받아서 진행할 거고 질의응답 들어갈 때만 스카이프를 하시면 돼요.
네, 그러겠습니다. 여기도 지금 손님들 도착했어요.
와.
혹시 여기서 우리가 듣거나 문제 생기면 보시면
조씨 보고 싶다. 조씨.
일단 여기에 집중해 주시고 모조로 이렇게 해놔.
갑자기 컴퓨터 담당.
너에게
너무 좋고.
너에게 이걸 선사해 줄게. 질문이 뜨면 넌 급하게 적어서 보여줘야
네.
돼.
나 글씨 진짜 못 쓰는데 어떡하지?
그럼 지금은 스카이프 제가 끊을게요.
네.
이따가 Q&A 할 때 스카이프 들어가겠습니다.
네.
오케이?
이따 뵙겠습니다.
네.
갑자기 너무 깜짝 놀랐고.
그 말투 너무 재밌고. 난 너무 좋고.
아.
넌 안 되고.
아.
머리도 안 나오고 이젠. 아 여기랑 속도가 다르구나.
맞아. 근데 얼굴이 가려지잖아요. 저 허리 핀 거예요. 키가 작아서 그래요. 앉은 키가. 제가 다리가 길어서 그래요. 아니에요, 저 진짜 다리 길어요.
인정하는 부분입니다.
전 그래서 앉은 키가 작은 겁니다.
우리 엄마 그
그래서 저는 풀샷이 이쁜데 풀샷이 이쁜데 어쩔 수가 없네요. 너무
너무
아쉽네요.
귀엽고.
원래 엄마들이
우리 엄마
그때
없어서
전문가야.
다행이다. We had a hard time.
저 이거 끝나면 용과 사주세요. 용과.
용과가 뭡니까? 과일인가?
여러분 B1A4 용과 영상을 찾아보세요. 그죠? 산들이 용과 까먹는 게 있는데 정말 중독성이 아니요. 전 아이콘 좋아합니다.
지켜주지 못해서.
전 아이콘하고 세븐틴 좋아합니다.
전
전-
NCT 좋아합니다.
아 진짜 SM 빠순이마.
저는
야.
샤이니 좋아하고 소니씨도
아,
좋아하고
지겨워.
버도 좋아하고 에펙스 좋아하고 레드도 좋아합니다.
아 좋습니다. 아.
저는 아이콘을 좋아합니다. 랩. 우리 지금부터 영어로 말하자.
오케이.
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 Let's start it.
오케이.
Yes. 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 순서 그냥 막 해주시면 안 돼요? 희준이 연습시켜야 될 것 같아요.
아, 너무 마음 아픈데. 아.
딱히.
네. Board members decide a part of learning the two
희준아 차라리 요거를 할 때 차라리 이렇게 하는 게 나아.
Board members decide a part of learning the two scope. Student and board members decide a part of business and activity. 너무 아쉽고.
안녕하십니까.
오늘의 아우시니스.
톤을 높일까요?
그런데
아.
말입니다.
오늘 산들이가.
여기서까지 덕질을 했습니다.
4번 하나요? For other young group, most students take lesson as student because they are considered just student. But members of 2S group are beyond student. As a member learning business, we have a say to decision main issue. That's a big difference from other ones.
First, teachers usually consult about students' activities and support education. Second, students do various activities as 영국 to school. 아니 뭐예요? 계속해. 아하.
받을 때까지 연결을.
해요? 아니죠. 진짜 깜짝이야.
너무 당황스럽어.
Second, 했죠. Third, parents support selling in the school shop. Lastly, 뭐야? 어떻게요? 뭐지?
아 스카이프 연결돼서 그래.
계속해요? Lastly, community members support communicating with other groups
사이즈 괜찮은데요?
or schools and professional education. 정말 이상하다. 혼돈이.
선생님 발표 시작하셨나 봐요.
아,
선생님 안경 쓰신 게 더 매력적이신 거.
저희 떠들어도 되는 거예요 지금? 저기 들리는 거 아니에요?
와,
So,
나도 늙으면 저렇게 늙으려나?
아니 근데 저기서 보면
아니 뭐 거기서
저희가 무슨 소리를 꺼냈나?
아니 유튜브로 들어오겠지 거기서.
지금 이게 들어오고 있는 거 아닌가?
아니 이건 좀 우리 테스트하는 거지.
아.
뭐냐 이거? 이게 내 얼굴이구나. 이게 핸드폰 사이즈마다 틀린 거 아닐까? 그럴 수 있어.
policy support, and then they want to have a bit of a very quick output. They expecting this all new co-ops really have to make some sort out the economic problem. So people will be a little bit impatient about that. So they come and they say, so yeah, we need to have a bit of a good training schemes or programs, providing some good educational material for this new co-op people. What shall we do? But then we have noticed that after we experience many people talking as a practitioner, me and Juhi, another problem is people are so impatient, they worry about how they make co-ops work. They often forget very original values and principles of co-ops, how co-op was started, what was the foundation, and also at the same time, if there's any new emerging trend and approach like co-op schools here, they cannot link these new issues to the original intention. So we suggest, why don't we make some good documentary, try to remind original co-op principles and values, but based on historical background. At the same time, not only the historical thing, to give out some new vision of based on what are supposed to be new success, that's why we chose some co-op school in UK, which is a phenomenally important new story from the co-op movement in UK. So that's why we started want to go to making the documentary. So we made a documentary, the outcome. The last year we worked very hard. So outcome was a 55-minute documentary, which is actually funded by Seoul Metropolitan Government Socio-Economic Center and then Seoul Metropolitan Office of Education. So one of their worry also said because this political support makes cooperative not run smoothly. They want to make sure young people also got interested. They try to make sure all grassroots people, community get involved. So that's why they say, important thing is we need to make sure cooperative movement are linked to community and schools and so on. So that's why official education board started joining us and they supported this documentary. So we interviewed 9 experts in UK, and we went to Chorlton High and then Lipson Cooperative Academy last year. We made some movie. So I think I'm already talking too much, so I'm going to just pass this. So there was a bit of another education policy change. So this one I can talk to you later if you have anybody that are interested, and maybe students are not that interested in you. We started some direct election to elect some the head of a school board in the area. The most people elected in the last 8 years elected from progressive the party. So they started affecting cooperative school and community-based learning quite strongly recently. That's why one of the reasons to fund this document. So the document was aired through the SBS, which is a bit like similar to Channel 4 if you like in UK, so one of a major TV station, which I make myself very proud about that. And at the moment we uploaded in the video, the video in the Vimeo, which is so far this morning I counted 7,860 times was viewed. And one of the review, the chair of our academic co-op says, you can read it like this. When I started working on school co-op, he was the education activist. So he just certainly just adapted cooperative to implement his ideal educational pedagogy. But after his learning, especially his watching this documentary, he started to realize, actually, I'm not just only using co-op. Co-op principle values itself really identical to my ideal educational pedagogy. That's what he said after he watched this movie. So this one, not only 55 minutes of documentary, and then 3 sets of 15 minutes of training material will be used in the classroom the next semester in schools in the Seoul area. This one I will be passed because I have too much. So instead now I just recommend to watch the documentary. These people are nice people, help us to create a documentary. Maybe some people from listen, the treasure, this treasure space somewhere. Yeah, they have the corner there. So I just would like to say thank you to everybody to support us, to help us. So now it's time to watch for 15 minutes. Bye. Try to get in the count. Always, when you have a conference, you need to have a big conference because technical issues. Although I tried before. Mm-hmm. Let me try different play again. Window.
You right quickly on
Window.
the
Video. I just couldn't play. Let me just play the different video. I think it's
Move to the bottom of the film.
Just if you just reduce the size and then it should be a play icon at the bottom of the film. Do you like what's just there?
yeah.
Press space bar.
See if you just reduce the size of it.
It doesn't allow me to. Sorry about this.
Shall I try and find someone to help?
Do you mind if I?
Yeah, do you have a job, please? Everyone pitch in to try and get it on.
Sorry, do you mind if I?
Let's just see if we can get this up.
Down here.
You've got it. It's there. It's there. Perfect. Thank you.
Experience.
Okay, sorry, fine.
안녕하세요. I'm Josh Mark. I play cornet in the Lipson Cooperative Big Band, and I also go to school at the Lipson Cooperative Academy.
I'm Alice Stevens. I'm the chairman of the Lipson Catering Cooperative.
I am Cameron Shishniak. I go to Lipson Cooperative Academy and I'm in a green club.
It's called a young cooperative because we're students and it's run by the students. We'll have teacher supervision and people helping us, and it's not just left to the adults to control it all. It shows that we really have our say, and by calling ourselves the young cooperative, it shows that it's us who do it. We have the central role.
Our car is mainly run by electricity. We made it more like a polystyrene like bodywork now. First it came as a kit car made of aluminium metal, but then we drilled some holes inside to make it lighter. We have tires which go very, very thin to make less friction on the floor to make the car go faster. We also put 2 batteries in the car which runs the whole car. 2 batteries, usually it's good for 1 hour and a half.
In the catering cooperative, we generally cook for different people around the school, and we are hired by people to do events and do the productions. There are about 15, 16 of us, and we get together to talk about what we're going to do as a group.
Young cooperatives don't necessarily need to have a business aspect to them. Some of our most successful young cooperatives are ones that have a business dimension to them. The catering cooperative, they take charge of events, they make food, they make the money, they then decide how that money gets redistributed in their business. But that's not true of all of them. For example, the green car doesn't particularly have a business model to it, but it's much more about empowering the students with the skills. So those students have the opportunities for engineering, they have the opportunities to race cars, but they also have the opportunities to learn softer skills about the cooperation, about working with others, and about that cooperative ethos about we can do better together than alone.
Young cooperatives are really important. You can't learn about entrepreneurship through a book. You learn by doing it. You learn by setting up a small company and making it grow. There are 2 types of people. There are people who get on and do things, and there are people who sit on the sidelines.
The first cooperative trust school opened in 2008. It was a school converted from being a local authority comprehensive school to becoming the first cooperative trust. Over the period of 7 years now, we've gone from that first school to having 843 cooperative schools across the UK, which has just been a phenomenal growth, far, far faster than anyone could possibly have envisaged at the outset. Welcome everybody. Can we just start with introductions?
I'm Elita McLaughlin and I'm the Vice Chair of the whole school council.
I'm Maddie Anderson and I'm the Chair of the whole school council. In a normal governors meeting, because they happen every half term, and there's representatives from the school, there's teachers, parents, and then people from the community, and then they all come together and they speak about they present a topic.
Laura Silcock, Deputy Head Teacher. Beth Nunn, Staff Governor. Maggie Fox, Co-opted Governor.
I'm from a theatre background, I felt it very important that on the governing body there was a voice from the performing arts sector.
And Amanda Edwards, parent governor and vice chair. I would say that having been to other governing body meetings, we never had the students come in and talk to us about their role and how they felt, and questioning us on what we are doing. And that is a big difference. It means that we are having to listen to all our stakeholders in a real cooperative way.
Hey guys, and welcome to the whole school council meeting. So first off, we're going to go through the 20 achievements from last year and put them in order from these sheets of paper. We'll put them across the table in the order you think. So at this end will be the most important, and then the back end will be the least important. Yeah. And then read it out and think about the... Okay, first off, which one you think you have that is important. If you have one that you think is important, just read it out.
Question the Vivo representative.
That's below.
Put that there.
That's why introduce students' voice day is called Have a Say Day.
Without that, we would have had everything else.
That's important, I think.
Yeah, but most people are worried about that.
Yeah, but it's still important.
Everyone's still
Taking part in community projects, including teaching self-way housing residents digital skills and helping to plant seeds.
I think it's very important to help the community there, and also taught us how to teach people in instruction.
Yeah, it's like going further than the school.
Yeah, it's going further than our cooperative community.
Our footprint.
Shows the colour of the toilet.
That's really important.
Yeah,
that is really, really important.
That's that on the uniform tender panel. That's like
not as important as our recycling.
Previously, the school council had been quite critical about the colour that it's been. So at one of their meetings, they all sat down together with colour charts and have actually decided on the colour it's going to be. After on the choice of that, they've then been able to work with the estates team. So the school council have sat with the estates manager and explained to them how they would like to see the improvements over the next school year.
Why were they kind of got toilets?
Because the girls' toilets were pink, and we thought that it was like gender stereotyping.
What colours have you gone for?
It's like a tea light blue colour. Is it in both toilets?
Yeah.
We recognised very early that we needed cooperative ideas and cooperative schools to be in the mainstream and not simply on the margins if we were going to make a difference. A number of years ago, I remember discussing with our board, saying that we really need 100 cooperative schools to be taken seriously. And I think that once we got to 100 cooperative schools, we did notice a very significant difference in attitude by not so much government ministers, but the key civil servants. I think at the moment, that if you look now over 800 cooperative schools, we are the third biggest network after the Church of England. I think it's actually having the confidence and the vision about how do we make sure we're not just content to be an alternative on the sidelines, saying what our ideas are. Cooperation is absolutely critical, and developing cooperative citizens is so important. We need to discuss how we actually mainstream these ideas. And cooperation is not a threat to the form of society we've got, but is the absolute essential skills for a 21st century.
When you ask the other people for help, they'll explain it to you, which sort of it repeats it to you again, so you remember that. And then when you ask the teacher as well, then it sort of refreshes in your mind again, so you remember it again. And the more you go over it with all the different people, because you're able to talk to them about it, the more you remember it. And I've realised since
coming to this school, my grades have got better, and I genuinely think it's because of the amount of times you're able to talk to other people in the lessons, and even at like break times and lunch times, people will still be talking about the lessons, so you're still able to just always refreshing it, and like you have revision groups in the school that everyone will come together and you'll do big activities together where you all work through it, and if one person doesn't understand it, the rest will explain it to them, so it's also sort of refreshing in their minds when the people are explaining it, like what it actually is. And I just think it all adds up, and then when you finally get to the exams or the evaluations or whatever are happening, you feel a lot more secure in your knowledge and yourself, so it sort of comes across with better grades and stuff.
Cooperative learning is often misunderstood. People often think it's just group work, but it's where children really, or adults, are really working together to support each other's learning. That's important that that's begun very early in children's school education.
Stand up, pair up, please. Stand up, pair up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now, think back to last week. We decided on 3 reasons that make a planet a planet. So, in your pairs, you've got 30 seconds to explain your 3 reasons what makes the planet a planet.
Developing cooperative learning, teachers need to understand that there are steps or stages to do that. One of the first steps that they need to do is to develop the right classroom environment or ethos so that children feel not threatened, not worried, and that they are free to cooperate, where they feel it's a real community that they can work in.
Each member of your group is going to work on a different set of questions that piece the evidence together. Then you are going to bring your questions together as a group and share your ideas so that individually you can come up with your own conclusion. Should Pluto be a planet? Okay, you've got to decide based on the evidence that you bring together as a group. Okay?
And the next step then is to begin to develop skills, starting with some really basic skills such as what we call active listening, being a really good listener, listening to a peer, a partner, of course the teacher as well. The next step is that teachers start to develop paired work, so they work with a partner in the classroom. In that way, every child has a chance to participate, not the teacher asks a question and a few children raise their hands and answer. Every child talks to their partner and then they share their responses.
You can use cooperative learning techniques and pedagogy in any school. I don't think you have to be restricted to being in a cooperative school to use those learning approaches. I think what gives the cooperative school an advantage, though, is that everything in the school is predicated on those values. So everything in the school is built upon those values. So it makes it more powerful because it's not just about the learning that goes on in the classroom, it's also about the ethos of the school, it's about the mentality of the staff, it's about the mentality of the students.
Write the answers, share the information in your group, write the answers around where the questions are. Then by the end of it, when you share it, you can kind of got an answer for every question.
Why cooperation and teaching cooperation is crucially important. It's about the ability of people, however wise and clever and skillful they are as individuals, to be able to work with others. I think one of the most sophisticated skills, if you've actually got real cooperation, is the ability to work not just with your mates, but to be able to work with people you don't know particularly well, who have a completely different set of interests to you. You may not even like at a personal level, but you have the ability to work with towards a common goal.
People know how to be individually competitive, but how to be socially cooperative is a different art. after all, in people's private lives. They're within competition the whole time in capitalist society. They don't need to learn about that in their nurtured in the job market. But how to create cooperatives is a different thing. So that I would say in the main function of a school will be how to teach effective cooperation.
No clapping? Right, so okay, just before next the speaker presented, just a wrap up of the documentary. So basically, we tried to pick up the three subjects from Co-op UK, which is Young Co-op, the government, cooperative governance, and cooperative learning. So if you see the 55-minute whole documentary, then you will see all these three different stories. And also, this the conference homepage will upload all the presentation slides. If you see that, then I added the Vimeo link, so if you can just go there and then you can watch whole the documentary anytime by anybody. I just want to mention that. And then lastly, the message we want to try to give from this documentary to Korean audience, because it was funded by Korean government anyway. It was what we're trying to say is cooperative school doesn't necessarily to be just alternative school. It can be mainstream school. It can change the state education, public education for good reasons. So that was the main message. Right, okay, I introduce the next speaker, Juhi back. So I was only talking about documentary side. So she would like to give a little bit of one of particular school co-op activities, how it's running, how it's organized, before we actually started talking to our students. So Juhi?
Hello, I'm glad to introduce South Korean school cooperatives. And yesterday I had a research presentation, but today I will just introduce briefly about the characteristics of South Korean school cooperatives. And these are the background. So how to keep youth engaged in cooperatives are very important issues in cooperative sector. And also in school sector, it is important how to apply innovative pedagogy in the classrooms, right? And I think school-based cooperatives are very open a new opportunity, because students can participate and learn the principles and values of cooperatives in their everyday lives. So here are the types of the school-based cooperatives. So first is a cooperative school, like Golban High School. It is organizing a school itself as a cooperative, right? And the school cooperative is organizing a cooperative business related to school, like Korean school cooperatives and Malaysian school cooperatives. It's a little different, but they are very connected. And next slide. So school cooperatives in South Korea can be categorized based on main business or main participants. This is the first type. So most school cooperatives, especially high school cooperatives, run a snack bar and stationery stores. They sell environmentally friendly food usually, and also depending on school, some sell recycled school uniform products and also products made by students, for example, food odor remover. And there are two school cooperatives which run after-school programs. This is kind of new. And we have 19 school cooperatives, and high school cooperatives usually run snack bars and the middle school and primary school usually run after-school program. And here are the background of the school cooperatives. First, the school, so it's a characteristic in economic perspective. The businesses inside the school is kind of monopoly, and also there are a lot of food safety issues in South Korea, and also usually often the economist says that governing is a cost, but in school cooperatives, governing is not just cost; it's but very important benefit. Actually, it's the main purpose, and the demand is relatively stable. So I think theoretically, the user-owned business is very appropriate for the school cooperatives, in businesses for the school. And you saw this slide. I will add one thing. Yeah. The Yongning Middle School, for the consumer cooperatives, it has very grassroots movement. It is very grassroots movement, and it is influenced to the school cooperatives. For example, the first school cooperative is Yongning Middle School cooperatives, and the parents, directors, were the activists in consumer cooperative, in local consumer cooperative. You can see the connection. Next slide. Yeah, here. Here is the educational activities through the school cooperatives. We can categorize like this. First is informal. So activities in the subcommittees and activities in the board of directors are informal. And formal education is art classes, and it can categorize in two ways. First is the classes in official school curriculum. But there are also classes in school cooperatives. It's not official curriculum, but the cooperative provides that kind of classes. They are interrelated because, for example, the cooperative experts in the outside school can provide classes in school cooperatives, and it will influence it will make the students actively participate in school cooperatives, and teachers will see that education impact, and they will apply the cooperative topic in their classroom. These are the pictures of board of directors. They typically hold meetings 2 or 9 times per semester, and they make a decision on various issues. For example, whether they sell environmentally friendly food or not, or conventional food, or they decide the name of the stores, and they also plan many educational programs and for the students and for the parents. And these are the pictures of the subcommittee activities. And subcommittees is actually the center of the student participation. So there are typically 2 or 6 subcommittees depending on the schools, and 30 or 40 students are there, and they voluntarily applied, or sometimes they selected by the previous student. Here are the examples. You can see you will talk about that later with the Samgaksan High School students, so I will pass them. And this is an example of the formal education in school cooperatives. There are a lot of teamwork, and they let students talk their own words, and so there are a lot of gamification, and also cooperative sectors like consumer cooperative help to hold this kind of education. And I pass. And this is the classes in the official school curriculum. This is a picture of the home economics, and this is a picture in the science curriculum, and this is the picture in career education curriculum. And the teachers visit the local cooperatives, and for example, this is a medical cooperatives, and this is a food plant in run by cooperatives. Also, a teacher developed social economic classes in creative experience curriculum for 1 semester. And this is the thing that the teachers teach other teachers to spread this kind of concept. And also, these are summary of this the characteristics of school education. And first is the students learn democracy, entrepreneurship, and cooperation in their daily lives in an integrated way by participating schools and school cooperatives. And also, second is that school cooperatives help teachers apply innovative pedagogy. And third, school cooperatives bring schools and communities together. But there are also challenges. Developing and integrating into social cooperative, integrating into official school curriculum. We just began, but we have to go further. In the previous slide, this is the new textbook actually developed just a few days ago. So so I just downloaded that one. So next semester, in Seoul metropolitan high schools can use this book. So second is connecting resources in social economy sector is important, and promoting efforts to improve social cooperative business itself is important because cooperative is a business as well as an association. So this is the challenges in terms of business. So we will soon meet 삼각산 High School students, and this is the organizational structure of the 삼각산 High School. So the high school has about 100 STEM members and 800 students. And the General Assembly, the cooperative, has the 215 cooperative members. And also the board of directors consists of 9 directors. And there are 4 subcommittees, and 30 students are participating in. And there are 1 employee, parent employee. Depending on the school, they don't have employee. And depending on school, sometimes the students are the board chair of the director. And here the parents are the chair of the director. And the employee is in charge of running the snack bar, but the student members in subcommittee actually participate actively to managing the stores and also plan and practice many other various projects. Let's make that.
Right. So here you go. So before we actually talk to them, they prepared something for you to again.
Hello everyone, so Chris was your guest today, right? Welcome to Samsung High School in South Korea. My name is Julia. Today we're going to teach you guys about Korean school trips. We're going to do our best to give you a great experience. Speaking of that, how do this Korean school trips to you?
Now, let me tell you about it first. Contrasting to other countries, we start familiar concept in Korea. So, there isn't that many school groups and they tend to be contrasted in the capital area. So, additionally, they are considered to be like new and fresh challenges. I think COOP is what makes us change makers. In some Korean schools, actually students cannot usually communicate with others. However, I could communicate with many other schools and my community and also resolve their own problems together in my school group. It was a wonderful experience and one of the activities making changes. So we're going to talk about how we made the changes.
Welcome back! Did you enjoy the previous talk with Inzo? Wow! I think I could almost hear you guys shouting, yes! Even though you guys are like about 8,854 kilometers away. Back to the point. We're going to have a conversation about the actual coup that Unsa and I are taking part in. We call it, ta-da, the 2S coup. The 2S coup is the acronym for 삼각산 High School Social Cooperative. The 2S coup's inaugural meeting was held on the 29th December of 2004. and the 2S group is made up of 215 cooperative members. Then what made all these people join together and make a cooperative? Well, the 2S group was established to provide healthy food to students and to teach students social economy and a lot more. So, our major activities are based on our established purpose. To make these things work well, we divided our work. Students of the 2SC work in 4 different divisions. First, the education department. Second, the publicity department. Third, the product development department. Last, the foundation support department. From now on, we're going to talk with some pictures. Through the pictures, we're going to see what the students of the 2S group are doing. The Changemaker Competition. The Changemaker Competition is about solving small or big problems around us, especially problems we felt during school life. The one-day startup. We wanted to provide chances that students can plan and make their own business by themselves. So we made a contest called the One-Day Startup. Once in a month, we select a team that wants to sell their idea, and we support their idea so that they can start their own startup business for a day. Third, I'm the teacher too. When the semester comes to the end, students in Korea don't actually have something to do. But at our school, there's a program called I'm the Teacher Too. Students of groups make their own lessons about a topic they want to introduce or they are interested in. And they teach other students about the topic they choose. Our group is participating in this program every semester with various topics about social groups and healthy food. Lastly, the Union Members Day. The Union Members Day is all about getting together. We hear lectures about social groups and we debate about how we can make a better cooperation. And we have a barbecue party, yay! And we play dodgeball, just to get together. Isn't it amazing? We did more amazing things, but since we don't have that much time, we have to skip them all. Too bad. Wow, look at the time. Enzo must be waiting for us. Let's hurry up. I'm sure that Enzo is going to say something to us. Something like, what took you guys so long? Let's go.
What took you guys so long? Sorry. That's okay. Now, you heard everything we prepared. So, do you have any questions?
Our educational event was recognized, so we were able to visit a talk show as a guest. It was a great experience because we were able to show people what we did and what we learned. But the best part of the cooperative is that we can learn by doing.
I think the best part is that I could try many things for the first time as a pioneer of school groups.
Oh, I'm really proud of this picture. There are new cooperative student members. Don't they look so cute and charming? Students interested in cooperative and social economy are gradually increasing. But there are not a lot of chances for them. They have so much bright ideas and so much activities to do, but there are no stages for them to be on. I hope there could be more stages for them in Korea and in the world.
From now on, I want to let many people know about cooperation. And lastly, we hope to cooperate and make relationship with the groups around the world.
So, did you enjoy the tour? I still have so much things I want to tell you guys, but since we don't have that much time, but it would be really amazing if you guys visit Korea one time.
Thanks for visiting us. It was a great time. I want to see you again someday. Bye.
So now it was made by them. So no adult is involved. Even surprising thing is, can you hear me? They just finished midterm exam today. So they have to prepare this 2 weeks before the exam. They have like high pressure on the eye, like, oh, you can do it. So
It would be
they.
really nice to speak to them, but I suppose the time.
So no, they are waiting now. So now, what I suggest is you guys can save your question to me and Juhi for later on, maybe in the floor. So we have half an hour. We can just start talking to students. Any question, you can save the question for us later on, so you can have a lot of questions to them. So now I connect them. So. So if you have any question.
네, 나옵니다.
네, 나옵니다.
네, 오케이. So
지금 마이크 가고 있는 거예요?
So here you go. So if you have any questions, so you can ask through this one. So anybody?
What?
Do you have any question to student? Anybody? 이거를 가. So do you have any question? Okay. Right. Now, yeah. 네.
네, 근데 아무것도 안 나와요.
이렇게 가로로
깜짝이야.
여긴 안. 여긴 안 나와요. 여긴 안 나와. So.
우린 안 보여.
So they are now. So now it's there. So what happened is,
They can see you, so
say hello.
와.
So what happened is, I have to use a bit of double technology. This is YouTube live broadcasting, but we found time lag is too long. It takes 1 minute to say something and ask something, answer back. So I kill the audio here, see the visually, the YouTube, but you talk to each other by Skype. So if you have any question, then I'll pass this mic. Yeah. But you can. But you don't have to. Hello.
선생님 여기 어떻게 보여요? 이거 어떻게 보여? 애들이 내가 안 보여.
No, don't worry. So your face, bit complicated. Your face gonna be broadcasted through this camera. So don't worry about camera here. You just use the phone, the audio one. So if you have anybody question, then you can use this phone. Got it? A bit of a complicated, yeah. So. 그거? somebody?
이대로 안 나오는 게 아니에요?
Okay. Or even from any, yeah.
끊겼어.
It's out.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Have you been involved with other cooperative schools?
Say it one more time. I will interpret.
Do you like being involved with other cooperative schools?
다른 협동조합 학교 활동하는 거를 많이 좋아하나요?
I'll take this answer. So yes, we enjoy doing the cooperative. It's really fun for us. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, we really enjoy participating in these activities. It's really fun and active. Yes, we enjoy it.
Yep. Yeah. There you go.
Yes.
여기 앉으래요.
여기 차라리 이거 돌리는 게.
Do you have any question?
돌리.
Yeah.
보이는 게.
Oh yeah.
잠깐만.
How long have you been learning English for?
영어 얼마나 오랫동안 배웠을까? 영어를 잘해요.
I was born at the U.S., so I was there for like 9 years, and I came to Korea when I was 3rd grade. So I lived in Korea for like 10 years, the same, like half of my whole life. So my English is a little like stopped when I was like in elementary school, so I'm not that good, but I only have the accent now, so yes, I'm not really good at speaking though. And we have a lot of more people around here, so I think you should talk with them too. So yes, can you see them?
They be sitting in the fancy studio instead of we sitting like we are sitting in the digital lecture.
Oh, what?
They're sitting in the fancy studio.
Would you like to come and visit our school?
Oh, it will be so good. We actually wanted to visit you in England, but we had this middle exam. It ended right today, so we didn't have time just to go like fly over there and talk with you guys like face to face. So it's so bad. We really wanted to visit you guys.
Well, I think we would all really like to visit your school.
Korea is a good place. You should visit us. Yeah.
So what's your school day like?
거기 학교 생활은 어때? 하루 학교 생활은 어때요?
학교 생활 말씀하시는 거죠? 네. 은서 말해주세요. First,
한국말로 하시면 제가 통역해 드릴 수 있어요.
네.
Yeah.
I'll talk first and think about it. It's really good because like usually in other Korean schools they have like their adults control students, like you do this, you do that. But in our school it's a little different. We call it an innovation school. Is it right in Korean? Yes, we call it innovation school. So we do a lot of debating and we work in a group. So like it doesn't like the teacher usually explains this like this is that on the board, on the whiteboard, but we in our school we like talk in a group and we debate. Like it's the same as your schools. We saw the documentary of you guys and it's really similar with us. So we actually have different school like teachings, like teachers teach us like different things than per like normal schools in Korea. Yeah, that's the good part of our school. Do you have anything else?
저는 한국말로 할 건데 저희 일반적으로 다른 학교들은 야자라는 걸 갖고 있어가지고 10시까지 공부만 해야 되잖아요. 아침에 학교 가서 밤에 들어오는 거예요. 근데 저희는 그런 것도 자율이니까 지금과 같이 되게 재밌는 것들도 많이 할 수 있는 거죠.
Usually Korean school, I just interpret for her. Usually Korean school have a nighttime extra lesson for the self-study, so they're now allowed to go back home until 10 p.m. But this school is especially concerned that it's an innovative school, so they can also free time. Therefore, they're allowed to do some local support activities like school. Okay?
Yeah. We have something to say to you. You look so pretty.
Yeah, really.
You look really pretty.
She said, I'd like to say something for you. You look very pretty.
Seriously.
So, yep, there's a boys coming here.
Woo!
Hello.
Hello.
Do you think that people in South Korea like to work together more because of Korea's past, such as the war? Do you think that people in Korea like to work together a lot more?
지금 질문이 한국에 계신 분들은 옛날에 한국 전쟁과 같이 어려운 일을 겪었기 때문에 조금 더 같이 일하고 협동하는 문화가 있나요? 라는 질문이었어요.
뭐라고? 못 알아들었는데.
그러니까 그냥 내가 하면 안 돼. 그러니까 Yes, there was a little difficulty during the Korean War, but not because of that. Because of there is a like 정서를 뭐라고 하지?
Culture.
There is like a culture in us that we call it. We call it 정 in Korean. It's like a traditional feeling that we have together. It's like we are all connected. Like we work together and we like love each other. Not because we're like just like friends or something like that. Because we are all like live in a family, just like a family. We're all one. We are all yes. Yeah, we think like that because I think it's that traditional thing that helps us work together and make it feel better. Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, yeah, one more question. Here we come.
One more. Just one.
But if anybody can try to answer in Korean, it's fine. I can interpret for you.
Yes.
네.
제발 딴 소리 해주세요. 그 뜻입니다. 네.
What subjects do you do in school?
무슨 과목을 학교에서 보통 배우시나요?
희준이 해주십시오. 네, 희준이 해주세요.
저희가 배우는 거는 문과랑 이과가 나뉘어져 있어서 서로 다 다른데 이과는 수학이랑 과학 위주로 하고 문과는 국어나 영어, 언어 쪽으로 주로 하고 사회문화까지 이렇게 공부를 해요.
In high school, we have two different groups. Usually, called one is humanity group, one is science engineering group. So you are supposed to choose one group when you start the high school level. Then, when you choose the humanity the group, then you usually learn history, literature, and so on, and philosophy. Then, if you science engineering, then you learn math and physics and chemistry and biology. So I guess pretty similar. So I seems to force questions here. So if anybody from yep, here you go.
What's your favorite subject in school?
학교에서 가장 좋아하는 학과목이나 활동은 뭡니까?
저는 국어를 제일 좋아해요. 왜냐면 우리나라 말이거든요.
The favorite subject is Korean literature because it's Korean language. So that's my own mother tongue.
Yes. And what about you, 희준?
하나만 더 얘기해도 돼요?
네.
우리나라 문학을 배우면 우리나라 말의 아름다움을 알 수 있어요.
I like Korean literature because when I started learning Korean literature, I start to really appreciate more about the beauty of our own language. So that's what I like about it.
희준이 또 말해.
Do you have a question from there? 이쪽에서 질문 있어요? 이쪽에 물어보실 거?
우리 질문 있나요? 질문은 네.
Yeah, there's one more question here.
Oh, we have one more question.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you study everything through English or through Korean?
영어 과목은 어떻게 배우세요, 학교에서? 보통 영어 배울 때 영어로 말하나요? 아니면 한국말로 말하나요?
보통 한국말로 많이 배우는데요.
근데 저희 선생님은 지금 모든 수업을 영어로 하려고 시도하고 계세요.
네, 저희는 또 달라요. 저희는 그러니까 뭐라고 해야지? 카페 같은 데다가 영상을 올려주고 이제 그거를 영상을 저희가 보고 와요, 예습으로. 그러면은 이제 학교 가서 모든 별로 앉아서 복습을 하는 거예요. 그래서 막 멘토 한 명씩 있고 애들이 한 명씩 분석을 해보면서 같이 이제 막 이건 이거고 이건 이거야라고 하면서 서로 알려주고 뭐 그런 식으로 요즘은 3학년은 그렇게 수업하고 있어요.
So usually in English literature class, the teachers teach in Korean. However, recently the teachers started changing the way of teaching, so they made some internet cafe group. So he already prepared some his teaching or lecture in video. So he gave the assignment to them to watch the video at home in advance. Then when they come to the classroom, they made a group. Then they start discussing about different questions. So the classroom activity seems to start moving discussion ways, which is started in changed now from now on.
Um,
Right.
Yes. Can we ask a question too?
Yeah. Yeah. There's one more question.
Oh, okay.
Then after that, I will take question from there. So 여기 질문 하나 받고 거기 질문 또 받을게요.
How many years have you been like learning English, and how many years have you been at school?
지금 몇 년 동안 아까 그 주영 학생 빼고 거기는 가짜니까 미국에서 태어났으니까 다른 분은 영어 공부 얼마나 했고 지금 다니는 학교는 몇 년 동안 다니신 거예요?
학교요?
학교 3년
예.
다니고 있어, 고등학교는.
근데 고등학교는
2년.
2년 다녔고
우리는 2년 다녔고
고등학교는 2년 다녔고요. 영어는 계속 배워왔기는 초등학교 때부터 계속 배워왔긴 했는데 본격적으로는 한 중학교 1학년 때부터 배웠던 것 같아요.
So the Korean education system starts like primary 6 years, middle school 3 years, high school 3 years. They are the second year of their own high school, so they've been in this school for last 2 years. So then she's been taught and learning English since her primary school days.
Thank you.
Also, what's the question? 거기는 질문이 뭐예요?
We saw this presentation about the Goulburn High School,
Question for you guys.
and we saw like this greenhouse, and we were
Greenhouse?
yes, we were curious if how did you guys get to make like the purpose you guys made that thing?
How did you make that project start? And how did you manage to finish such a nice greenhouse? Anybody would like to answer? Hang on it.
We collected bottles from our school, so it's like recycled, like used bottles. We collected them, and then we had our technician make us just a structure from wood, and then we went in and placed the bottles in the greenhouse.
저희가 학교에서 쓰고 남은 병들을 다 모았고요. 그거를 재활용하고 그리고 학교에서 일하시는 그 어른들이 저를 도와줘서 그 그린하우스 만드는 그 프레임은 같이 만들었습니다. 그래서 모으는 건 다 하고 디자인하고 만드는데 학교에서 일하시는 분들이 좀 도와줬죠. 대답이 됐나요?
네.
오케이.
그리고 그린하우스에서요.
예.
뭘 기르는지가 궁금하대요. 네, 방청객분들이.
They was wondering what sort of thing you guys planting there and actually.
We planted some vegetables in there, and then we made some soup for the elderly and the homeless.
거기서 보통 야채를 심은 다음에 거기서 재배한 야채를 가지고 그 지역에 있는 양로원에 계신 분들에게 숲을 만들어서 제공하기도 합니다. 오케이?
네.
저희도 그런 거 만들려고 그러고 있거든요.
They are inspired by this Goulburn High School's greenhouse, so they're now preparing right now.
그리고 또 한 가지 궁금한 게 있대요. 학교협동조합에서 어떤 일을 하시는지가 궁금하대요.
So they're wondering anybody from Goulburn High School introduce the general activities you're doing with your co-ops, co-op activities. Yeah, can you? Anybody explain?
I'm confused with explaining.
So,
do you want to explain who organised it?
No, what kind of activities you're doing it, yeah.
So we have a wetland, so we've been digging up some trees, and also we've had some fundraisers. So we had a fashion show a few months ago. We also do some productions like shows, and we also get some money off them. And then like we said, we've done some tree planting.
Tell me about the production that you did.
Me and Rihanna, Alana, we're in Into the Woods, which is a musical, and we raise money from that for GoldCo to help with future.
GoldCo do a tuck shop there and sell sweets and drinks.
So that's how we get the money to do future events and future
activities.
저 지금 얘기한 게 거기 이제 학교의 습지를 개발하는 활동을 같이 하기도 하고요. 그다음에 뮤지컬 프로덕션도 운영을 하고요. 거기서 뮤지컬 프로덕션에 오늘 온 친구들 중에서 3명이 같이 참가하는데 거기 티켓을 팔아서 그걸로 펀드레이징을 해서 주변에 있는 이웃들에게 도와주는 활동을 하기도 합니다. 여러 가지 활동을 많이 합니다.
한국에서 페어트레이드랑 1일 창업대회 했던 거 좀 얘기해 줄래요?
I asked them to tell about the I'm a teacher to various activities.
공정무역 1일 창업 말씀하시는 거죠?
공정무역 1일
협동조합
창업.
얘기 좀 해주세요.
그 공정무역 1일 창업 같은 경우에는 저희 학교에 있는 세계시민 동아리에서 진행했던 공정무역 그 1일 창업 대회인데 1일 창업 그 공정무역을 주제로 해서 1일 창업 대회를 하루 동안 하는 거였는데 그래서 일단 공정무역이 무엇인지 알아보는 그런 포스터 같은 거를 만들어서 게시를 하고 또 공정무역 물건 해서 커피를 판다던가 그런 것도 했었고 공정무역 OX 퀴즈도 하고 또 세계시민 동아리여서 세계시민이 무슨 뜻인지 알아보는 게임도 했었어요. 그래서 게임을 모두 끝낸 다음에 포인트를 모으면 그 포인트로 그 공정무역 초콜릿이나 망고를 받아갈 수 있는 이벤트도 했었습니다.
Okay, they run one day startup day based on fair trade theme. So from the fair trade theme, they made a fair trade poster, and then they also started choosing some fair traded product and start to sell. The flea market kind of theme, and the people, community people, start to come and start to learn what the fair trade is about. They will start to buy the fair trade product, and after selling those products, they raise the fund, and they start to also try to have some program to help other people and elderly in the community. So it sounds like very similar what you guys are doing. You guys should meet each other.
Yeah.
Okay?
나도 선생님 프로그램 하기 어렵지 않았어요?
나도 선생님이요?
네.
전혀 어렵지 않았습니다. 왜냐면 전 발표를 잘하기 때문이죠. 네, 그런 것보다도
program and she answered.
And she said she didn't feel difficult at all because giving some presentation to other people wasn't that really difficult for me. I like talking about what I like to other people.
진짜 이쁘다. 머리가.
네. 아니 근데요 그게 아니라요. 그게 아니라요. 네.
말씀하세요.
네, 나도 선생님 같은 경우에는 저희가 계속 했던 수업들이 계속 발표형 수업이 많았어요. 저희 학교 특히. 그래서 아무래도 나도 선생님을 하기 전에 약간 워밍업 형식으로 하다 방식이 있어서 나도 선생님을 할 때도 딱히 그렇게 막 너무 어려워 뭐 이런 건 없고 정말 저희끼리도 되게 좀 더 그냥 평소보다는 좀 더 자유롭게 할 수 있었던 그런 부분이 있었던 것 같아요. 좀 더 쉽게 다른 수업보다 더.
So she asked about the special day was saying I'm a teacher today. So she asked whether it was very difficult to run. And the students say before that special day we having a lot of activities even classroom to giving presentation. Also that day was organized for already they've been doing. So they didn't need to prepare something special. So that she did find it that hard. So that was good. Okay? So I mean, if you don't have many questions from here, I mean, I started taking some. We have 10 more minutes to from the adults as well. I think it's fine. So I can answer, or Drew can answer, or they can answer if you have any questions.
저희 진짜 준비 많이 했어요, 선생님.
네.
저희 질문지도 만들었어요. 12가지. 근데 하나도 안 나왔어요.
너무 마음 아프다.
마음이 아파.
So they preparing a lot to answer to run this session. So they even prepare some the predicted candidate questions and they practice each other. So they said they've been preparing this the whole day today. So.
They couldn't answer because there was you didn't ask the question.
Yeah.
So hello. I'm Sarah from the Cooperative College, and I'm a really close colleague. I'm Sarah.
I've got really. Do you think you will take cooperative values when you leave school? Do you think you'll do anything with cooperatives when you leave in terms of your career?
그러니까는 지금 배운 학교에서 배운 협동조합 가치와 원칙 같은 거를 학교 졸업한 후에도 사회에 나가든 대학을 가서든 계속 활용하고 뭔가 활동을 해볼 계획이 있으세요?
네.
한국말 얘기하세요.
네.
괜찮아요?
제 꿈이요, 선생님. 그러니까 제 꿈이 제가 좀 늙어서 한 50대, 60대가 되면은 협동조합 학교를 만드는 거거든요. 영국에 있는 것처럼. 그래갖고 좀 더 지금 저희가 받는 학신 교육 같은 거를 약간 저희 나라에 보편화가 많이 안 되어 있으니까 그런 것들 위주의 수업을 많이 하고 좀 더 약간 예술이나 창의성을 중요시하는 그런 협동조합 학교를 제가 늙으면 세우는 게 꿈이거든요. 그래서 저는 계속 이 가치를 계속 가지고 갈 것 같아요.
그리고 다른 친구도 대답 준비해 주세요.
So her vision is at the moment when she reach around the 50s, when we're old enough, wise enough money, she want to set up some cooperative school actually.
Right.
So she want to run from her school. She want to run more innovative classes based on some creative, encourage some creative of youth and kids. So for doing that, she want to continue develop some cooperative activities value even after going to school. That's her long-term vision.
또 다른 there are other students too.
그리고 저는 이사회라던가 다른 활동 같은 거 하면서 협동이나 소통이나 이런 거를 진짜 뭐라 해야 되지? 직접 느낄 수가 있었거든요. 그런 거는 제가 진로가 딱히 이쪽이 아니더라도 다른 곳을 가면은 그런 거를 그러니까 뭐라 해야 되지? 활용할 수 있을 것 같아요.
Also, another student, what she learned from co-op activities, she's not so sure whether she will work for co-ops after graduate, but what she learns is definitely how to cooperate from the co-op. So she believes that kind of skill, maybe wisdom, would be very useful doing any type of activities in society later on. That's how she feels. Any more questions from teachers?
No one is.
Question?
I'll ask something if you like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Tom. Hi. What are the big problems, or what are the biggest problems in working in a cooperative school for you?
지금 학교 협동조합 운영하면서 갖고 있는 가장 큰 문제나 어려운 점은 뭔가요?
네, 우선 먼저 감사의 말씀을 드리고 싶은 게 저희가 드디어 준비한 질문 중에 하나가 나왔습니다.
Thank you first because that was the question we prepared.
They told me earlier.
It's like I'll answer this in English because it was really hard for us at the start of the cooperative. Like it was like the building. The cooperative was really hard because the legal processes are really complicated for us, like for the starters to do because it's really, hard and difficult. So it was really tough for us to figuring this challenge. But after we solved this problem, it was really easy for us to do new challenges. It was really fun because this was really difficult and it was all about legal things. So it was really hard. But after that, it was really easy. We just did it like we were playing things, It was really fun at that part. But after that, we were, not if we were fighting because of we were upset of something from each other. Why do you talk like that to me? Something like that. Not other than those things. We were really, we did it. We got it through really well.
Shall I repeat it? Did you hear that? Okay. 저희 이제 시간이 다 됐어요. 아쉽지만 그래서 이제 이쯤에서 say goodbye 해야 될 것 같아요. Yeah? Okay.
Say goodbye.
Shall we just say everybody just a big goodbye?
바이.
Bye.
저희 영국 가고 싶어요, 선생님.
They said they want to come to UK.
저희를 초대해 달라고 해주세요. 그럼 저희가 교육청에다가 편지를 보내겠습니다.
Okay. Bye.
바이.
The last message they say is
저도 영국 가고 싶다.
결국 여기서 나온 거는
자,
하나 나왔다.
여기 하나 나왔다. 성공했어. 결국 이렇게 우린 다 한국말로 했다고 합니다, 여러분.
와.
이래서 국어 교육이 중요한 거예요. 화면빨.
아이고.
끝났습니까?
네.
와우, 너무 좋고.
너무나 좋고요.
있고.
이제 집에 가서
이제 저희 회식은 어떻게 하시나요, 선생님?
어머. 어머.
한여레당.
너무나 좋은 것.
너무 귀엽고.
뭐지?
네.
네.
다 이렇게 전부 다 이렇게 공개해서 질문할
작년에도 뵀던 선생님 같으십니다.
네.
네. 네. 우선은 마이크가 너무 좋네요. 네. 우선
기자회견. 빨리
조명 빵빵해.
네, 우선은 네 진짜 많이 큰 것 같아요. 예전에 비하면 예전에는 진짜 누가 뭐 한마디 하면은 약간 거기에 말 못해갖고 괜히 꽁해갖고 막 쟤는 왜 나한테 저런 말해 약간 이런 기분이었는데 요즘에는 그냥 말하는 편이고 왜냐면 말하면 오히려 그게 더 빨리 풀린다는 건 좀 깨닫게 된 것 같아요. 서로 말을 안 하면 오히려 그게 말 그대로 소통이 안 된다고 하잖아요, 저희가. 근데 그런 게 좀 저희도 이게 말해야지 뭔가 된다는 걸 아니까 서로 그런 점에서 좀 큰 것 같고요. 그리고 우선은 PPT를 만드는 실력이 굉장히 빨라진 것 같습니다.
인정.
네, 동영상을 만드는데 약 2시간 만에 끝내서 저희가 굉장히 발전을 했다. 막 약간 그런 면에서도 굉장히 뭔가 일하는 속도에서도 굉장히 뭔가 빨라지고 그런 면에서도 저희가 굉장히 업무적 능력을 따지자면 그런 게 큰 거고 저희 내면적으로는 되게 사람이 유해졌다고 해야 되나요? 뭔가 굉장히 그래 지져라 들어주는 네, 열심히 듣고 우리가 해결해보자 약간 이런 느낌으로 바뀐 것 같아서 참 좋은 것 같습니다. 나 이거 너무 좋다.
네.
다른 친구들 은서가 말했으면 좋겠습니다.
협동조합을 하면서 했던 거예요? 아니면은 지금 이거? 협동조합을 하면서는 저는 개인적으로 되게 엄청나게 많이 성장을 했어요. 저 같은 경우는 중학교 때 되게 말 진짜 안 하고 소극적이고 그런 애였거든요. 근데 여기 와서 처음 3월 달인가 협동조합 시작하고 예비 이사 선출도 되고 그리고 지금 동아리 대표 하고 있거든요. 다른 일이랑. 그래서 저 같은 경우는 진짜 많이 성장한 거죠. 그리고 영어도 아까 거의 못하긴 했지만 많이 준비하면서 또 많이 늘었고 네, 아까 또 얘기했듯이 이사회 같은 거 하면서 협력이나 소통이나 말로만 들어왔던 가치를 진짜 제가 체험해서 느낄 수 있으니까 이것도 되게 좋은 기회였어요.
네.
다은이
저는 은서랑 좀 다르게 중학교 때 막살 자는 주의였거든요. 그래서 되게 성적도 안 좋고 이랬었는데, 그러니까 약간 고등학교 오면서 이거를 사실 이것도 친구가 하자 그래서 어떨결에 들어오게 된 그 타입이지만 하다 보니까 너무 재밌는 거예요. 그래서 하다 보니까 약간 원래 옛날엔 되게 내 주위 사람들이랑만 놀고 그런 게 되게 좋은 사람이었는데 오히려 이걸 하면서 더 나보다 넓은 세계가 있다는 걸 알게 되고 그런 식으로 해서 좀 더 철이 들었다 그래야 되나? 그래서 더 조심하게 되고 더 그런 게 생긴 것 같아요. 오히려 이렇게 사람을 대하는 그런 게 좋은 것 같아요. 이게 다 소통을 하게 되고 연기를 하게 되고 그런 게 있으니까 그런 부분에 대해서 성장하게 된 것 같아요.
아 마지막이라 부담스러워. 왜 하필 내가 마지막인지.
홍일점이라니까.
홍일점.
저는 부담스러워. 뭐라 말해야 될지 머릿속이 하얘지기 시작했어. 작년에는 이렇게 활동을 사실 많이 참여하진 않았지만 거의 솔직히 여기도 저는 우드로 있는 거라고 생각을 하거든요. 이렇게 몇 개 교육을 듣다 보니까 어떻게 보니까 이 자리에 앉아 있게 됐는데 제가 이 협동조합이 사실 고등학교 와서 한 일 중에서 제일 크다고 생각을 해요. 처음에는 그냥 친구 따라서 저도 이단처럼 친구 따라서 왔고 생기부도 솔직히 풍부해진다고 하니까 그냥 그렇게 이렇게 왔는데 하다 보니까 지금 너무 재밌고 네 좋은 것 같아요. 되게
내가 재밌지. 인정.
너
쟤는
인정.
말고
역시 희준이는 내 파?
너무하다 희준아.
이렇게 사실 저도 얘처럼 진짜 주위 사람들만 같이 놀거든요. 친한 사람들끼리만 노는데 여기 오니까 막상 저한테 꼬드긴 애는 한 번도 안 오고 막 저 혼자 활동을 하기 시작했고 그러다 보니까 오히려 친구 사귀는 것도 많이 넓어진 것 같고 되게 성격도 많이 밝아진 것 같고 좋은 것 같아요.
네? 저 너무 좋았어요. 저 약간 300년 만에 외국인이랑 말하는 거라서
300년?
300년 만에 약간 저는 굉장히 항상 속상했던 게 저는 우선 외국에서 태어났다 보니까 약간 항상 정체성이 혼란이라고 해야 되나요? 내가 미국 사람인지 한국 사람인지 물론 왜냐면 또 반반 생활을 했거든요. 딱 정확히 반반 올해로서. 그러니까 좀 뭔가 사람이 굉장히 제가 영어를 쓸 때 어색해지는 게 너무 무서운 거예요. 약간 내가 나의 반을 잃는 느낌? 내 10년을 약간 그랬는데 이거 준비하면서 다시 약간 영어가 다시 입에 붙는 것 같고 오늘 또 다른 나라 사람들이랑 얘기도 하는 게 다시 약간 뭔가 익숙해지는 것 같고 그러면서도 그 주제가 약간 협동조합이었다는 것도 더 좋았던 것 같아요. 왜냐하면 제가 익숙했던 거에 대해서도 좀 솔직히 저희가 한국에서는 여러 학교들하고 이 얘기를 많이 했긴 했지만 좀 넓은 관점으로 보면 세계에서는 그런 얘기를 못한 거잖아요. 다른 외국인들의 생각은 어떤지. 근데 또 저희랑 되게 비슷한 걸 느끼면서도 또 이렇게 막 물론 물리적인 거리는 되게 더 멀지만 이렇게 심리적인 느낌은 별로 그렇게 멀지 않구나. 그냥 똑같은 우리랑 애구나. 약간 이런 느낌도 들면서 전 되게 좋았던 것 같아요. 네.
너무 귀엽고.
그리고 저는 그 영상 제작할 때 저희가 다 촬영하고 막 조명판 막 좀 막 허접한 거라도 막 갖다 대고 이랬거든요. 언니가 영화 제작 그런 거 한번 했어가지고 거기서도 되게 많이 배웠고요. 아까 언니가 말한 것처럼 그 다른 학교들이랑은 되게 많이 연계를 했었는데 다른 나라랑 소통하는 건 이번이 처음이라서 되게 저한테는 엄청 인상이 깊었어요.
네, 저는 일단 영어 시험이 끝났는데 영어를 해야 된다는 게 너무 힘들었고 영어 기억이 안 나서 너무 힘들었고 그래도 하다 보니까 좀 괜찮아지긴 했는데 일단 저희도 앞에서 얘기한 것처럼 연계를 되게 많이 하잖아요. 저희는 그래서 저 같은 경우도 그렇고 언니도 그렇고 다른 학교에 강연을 가는 경우가 되게 많았는데 근데 이게 뭐랄까 거기서는 강연을 하러 가면은 뭔가 서로 얘기한다기보다는 그냥 나는 와서 우리 학교는 이랬고요 이런 게 있고요 이래서 이런 게 있었는데 이게 너무 좋았고 뭐 이래서 이게 이랬고 이런 것만 얘기하고 질문 들어오는 것도 형식적인 거예요. 그냥 뭐 어떻게 설립이 되었냐 아니면은 뭐 하면서 어떻게 재밌었냐 이런 것만 물어보는데 여기는 약간 그런 거라기보다는 정말 그냥 사람 대 사람으로 솔직히 협동조합보다는 뭐 아까 뭐 학교 얘기도 되게 많이 물어보고 그런 거 하는 게 저는 그런 게 되게 좋았던 것 같아요. 우리를 물어보는 게. 그러니까 그게 너무 좋았고 그리고 또 약간 정말 멀지만 또 옆에 있는 것처럼 그렇게 화상통화를 하니까 더 재밌었던 것 같기도 하고 또 뭐 나중에 만나도 어색하지 않을 사이이지 않을까 뭐 이 정도로.
언니가 너무 이뻤어.
맞아요. 언니가 너무 보고 싶네요.
저희는 사실은 저기 영상 다큐멘터리 나오면 조씨라는 남자가 나오거든요. 되게 잘생겼어요.
조씨 봐.
저희는 그 친구를 보고 싶었지만 조씨는 없었어요. 왜? 저희 진짜 물어보려고 그랬어요.
나 여기까지 걸렸어요.
여기까지
나왔어.
근데 10분이 딱 끝났다고 하셔서 조씨는 못 찾았다는
안타까운.
네. 조씨가 보고 싶습니다.
와우.
와우. 조씨가 진짜 잘생겼어요.
진짜 잘생겼어요. 너무 잘생겼어요.
너무 잘생겨서 저희가 진짜
우리 막 아까 그 얘기했었어요. 몇 살이냐
몇
이러면서
살이냐,
야 18살이야.
연하냐.
동갑이야.
얘네들 동갑 전 연하 이렇게 나오고 막 연상이야 연하냐 이렇게 맞춰보고. 네 희준이.
네네네.
미안해 희준아 사랑해.
얘기하려고.
언제나 항상 부담스럽다 여기. 저도 이렇게 외국인이랑 대화하는 게 처음이에요. 학원에서 원어민 강사 막 특별로 오는 거 제외하고 와도 얘기는 안 하지만 수업 시간 제외하고 이렇게
웃기고.
사람 대 사람으로 대화하는 것도 되게 신기했고 되게 편했던 것 같아요. 막 되게 긴장하고 막 그랬는데 생각보다 편하고 좋았어요.
마무리?
네.
그럼 다른 학교에 이제 학생들한테 혹은 후배들한테 이제 협동조합 준비하는 친구들이 있으면 어떤 얘기를 해주고 싶은지 그런 거 메시지를 미준이부터 합시다.
네, 희준이 좋습니다. 제가 마지막으로 장식하겠습니다.
첫째도 부담스럽습니다.
항상 부담스러워.
첫째나 마지막이나 둘 다 부담스럽고
말투 나오고
너무 부담스럽고 그래 맞아 파이팅.
진짜.
그래.
예전에 되게 그걸 뭐라 그러죠? 테이블 해가지고 막 만났던 거.
원탁회의?
원탁회의로 되게 많은 학교들이랑 만났던 적이 있었거든요. 근데 다른 학교 같은 경우는 아직 자리를 못 잡아서 힘들어하는 경우가 있더라고요. 그래서 저희 학교에서는 되게 일반적이었던 얘기를 해도 되게 새로운 걸로 받아들이더라고요. 그래서 그런 걸 보니까 뭐 협동조합을 하면서 힘들거나 아니면 뭐 저희보다 더 좋은 게 있거나 그러면은 서로 공유를 많이 했으면 좋겠어요. 저는 그 말 하고 싶었어요. 네.
저는 각오 단단히 하라고 할 것 같아요. 학생들이 직접 운영하는 것 너무 많으니까 책임져야 될 부분도 너무 많고 생각해야 될 부분도 너무 많고 실천할 부분도 너무 많으니까 각오 단단히 하고 확실히 할 사람들만 모여서 딱딱 했으면 좋겠다고.
저는 강단을 그러니까 이게 왜 그러냐면은 저희 학교 같은 경우는 선생님이랑 학생이랑 그렇게 막 난 선생이니까 넌 내 말 들어야 돼 이런 게 많이 없는 편이긴 해요. 근데 다른 학교는 아니란 말이에요. 저희 중학교 때까지만 해도 저희는 그냥 말을 하면 무조건 들어야 되는 입장이었고 그렇기 때문에 좀 학교를 다니면 선생님들 말은 약간 절대적인 게 돼버린 느낌이 있는데 사실 협동조합에서는 그러면 안 되잖아요. 협동조합에는 모두가 같은 구성원이고 조합원이니까 의견을 내면 그 의견이 받아들여질 수도 있는 거고 그 상황에 따라서 누락될 수도 있는 거고 그런 게 있는데 약간 다른 협동조합에서는 혹시라도 선생님들이 한 말 한마디에 이렇게 아닌가? 내가 틀렸나? 이런 생각을 가지게 될까봐 그래서 다른 학교 학생들은 협동조합 만들 때 꼭 자기 강단을 가지고 자기가 주장하고 싶은 건 딱 주장하고 딱 그런 게 있었으면 좋겠어요. 선생님 말이라고 해도 그 의견이 아닌 것 같으면 아니다라고 말할 수 있는 강단이 필요한 것 같아요. 네, 저는 그게 중요합니다.
네, 저는 다은이 얘기에 좀 더해서 강단 플러스 예의요. 저는 예의가 있어야 된다 생각해요. 왜냐면 애들이 오해를 하는 게 수평적인 관계니까 어른이 나랑 똑같아. 약간 이런
맞아.
느낌 받을 때가 있나 봐요. 근데 이것도 물론 어른들도 약간 유념을 해주셔야 되는 게 이게 쌍방향으로 서로 예의가 있어야 된다 생각을 하거든요. 그러니까 어른 입장에서는 얘가 기어 오르려고 하네? 약간 이런 느낌이 들 수도 있는 거고 애들은 기어 올라야지? 약간 이런 느낌이 들 수도 있는 거죠. 근데 저는 그건 진짜 아니라고 생각을 하거든요. 그러니까 말을 하더라도 항상 웃으면서 기쁘게. 왜냐면 저희 1세대 저희가 협동조합 저희 초창기 멤버들이 항상 부족했던 게 그거였던 것 같거든요. 저희는 예의. 저희 수평적 관계니까 선생님 이거 아닌 것 같아요. 막 항상 저희는 약간 이런 톤이 항상 이랬어요. 좀 약간 신경질적인 톤. 약간 저희가 오해했던 거죠. 어른들의 세계는 이럴 거야. 어른들은 항상 그냥 드라마 보면은 막 회의할 때도 이건 아닌 것 같아요. 막 이런 게 많잖아요. 그러니까 저희들이 생각하기 맞아요 이거 이런 게 많다고 생각을 해서 저희들끼리도 이게 수평적인 게 아닌가라고 생각을 했던 것 같은데 오히려 수평적인 거는 서로 예의를 갖추고 서로 같은 입장에서 아 얘는 이렇게 생각할 수도 있구나 얘도 이렇게 생각할 수가 있구나라고 생각을 해야 되는 것 같고요. 항상 서로 존댓말이 기본적인 것 같아요. 그래야지 좀 더 예의가 갖춰질 수 있는 것 같아요. 그리고 뭐 그런 게 안 된다고 하더라도 좀더 그러니까 친근하게 대해야 돼. 예의는 항상 갖추고 그냥 진짜 전 예의가 항상 중요하다 생각을 하거든요. 어떤 사회에서든지 이게 외국이든지 저희 나라든지 어떤 사회에서든지 서로를 배려할 수 있는 그런 자세가 제일 중요한 것 같아요. 특히 협동조합을 할 때는.
야. 네.
우리 홍보부 팀장님이십니다.
야 나와라.
홍보부 팀장님.
하루 종일 찍었어.
홍보부 팀장님?
나와줘야 되는 거 아니야 진짜?
홍보부 팀장님? 우리
지수다.
너무 귀엽고
이거
지수야,
신문
옆에
1면으로
봐주세요.
나왔으면 좋겠다.
어디 봐야 되지?
옆에 아니야? 옆에 아니야?
어디를 봐야 되는 거죠? 우선은 좀 꺾어주세요. 후배님들 이렇게 하셨으면 좋겠습니다.
귀엽다나?
제가 1학년 때 동아리를 했었는데 선배가 너무 무서워서 제대로 활동도 못하고 인사도 못하고 그랬어요. 근데 그랬더니 선배들이 너 왜 인사를 안 하고
제 친구입니다.
그러냐고 하는 거예요. 그래서 저는 좀 너무 선배를 어렵게 생각하지 않았으면 좋겠어요. 그리고 일단 중요한 거는 활동을 열심히 해줬으면 좋겠다고 생각하는 게 사실 저 1학년 때 진짜 활동하면은 진짜 제 친구랑 진짜 협동조합 있어 이러면서 되게 토닥토닥한 발걸음으로 진로실에 향하고는 했는데 지금 뭔가 좀 미운정이라도 붙은 건지 되게 처음엔 하기 싫은데 점점 뭔가 성장하고 있는 나를 보면서 되게 고맙게 느껴질 때도 있는 것 같으니까 너무 협동조합을 활동이 많다고 미워하지 않았으면 충분히 자기한테 도움이 되는 거니까.
동아리 선배는 협동조합 선배가 아니라는 걸 이념해 주세요. 말해주세요. 동아리 선배 저희 아니잖아요. 무서운 선배들.
맞아요. 선배를 사랑합니다. 좋아합니다.
아니 뭐 작년에 그 무서웠던 동아리 선배가 우리가 아니라고.
아 작년에 무서운 선배들은 여기 선배들이 아니었어요.
너 무슨 동아리였어요?
안돼.
안돼. 안돼.
제 친구입니다.
뭐를 얘기해야 되지? 후배들한테 하고 싶은 말 일단 확실히 잘 참여할 수 있는 친구가 와줬으면 좋겠어요. 저도 활동을 많이 참여는 했지만 안 한 것도 있기 때문에 이렇게 후회가 되기도 하거든요. 지금 1년이 지나서 보면은 그만큼 자기 맡은 일에 책임감 있게 잘 할 수 있고 후회하지 않을 만큼 열심히 할 수 있는 친구가 와줬으면 좋겠어요. 네.
너무 선배인 척해. 나도 안 하는데. 아, 재경이 귀여워.
무슨 말이에요, 얘네?
질문 뭐 할까요? 지금 신입생들인데.
왜 들어왔나? 너무 하신 거 아닙니까?
야, 면접 다시 봐.
기대되는 점. 아니, 얘들 면접 보고 들어온 애들이에요.
맞아요. 얘네 우리가 뽑은 애들이에요.
8대 1이었어요.
진짜?
와.
내가 뽑아놓고 모르겠네.
우리 때 그냥 들어오는 거였는데.
맞아. 땡. 뭐 기대되는 점 해요. 기대되는 점.
누가 제일 좋아 이런 거. 골라.
아니야 듣고 싶지 않아.
맞아요. 그게 좋을 것 같아요.
저기 보시면 됩니다. 박수를 봐. 선배 지리고요.
제가 맨 처음에 1차 모집을 할 때 그냥 포스터만 봤어요. ESC랑 붙어있는 거. 근데 뭔지 잘 모르고 1차도 못했는데
전 몰랐어요.
다들 이제 뭐 부모님이 학교 갔다 오시고 그래서 다 추천을 해주시는 거예요. 여기 괜찮다고. 근데 다들 추천해주시길래 여기 유명하다고.
기대되는 거. 기대되는 거.
우리 유명해.
맞아, 우리 유명해.
이제 글로벌이
제일 기대되는 게 다른 학교 가서 설명회를 한다고 그래서 제가 그렇게 나가서 해보고 싶은 마음이 들어서 그게 제일 기대되는 것 같아요.
교육부 친구예요.
공부 친구입니다.
교육부가 짱입니다.
응, 인정합니다.
저희는 교육부입니다.
저는 뭐냐 처음에 그 OT 학교 OT 때 처음에 이제 선배님들이 직접 만든 PPT로 이렇게 협동조합이랑 뭐 다른 동아리에 대해서 설명을 하시는 거 보고 내 생각은 없었지만 그 주변에서 그 소리가 들리는 거예요. 협동조합 좋은 것 같다고 신기도 많이 써주신다고. 근데 뭐 저는 솔직히 뭐 그런 거 하기 싫거든요. 그냥 분명히 활동이 많을 거 아니에요. 하기 싫은데 좀 들어보니까 좋은 것 같더라고요. 막 인터넷 기사도 막 좋은 거 많이 하니까 뭔가 거기서도 막 뭐냐 진로를 찾으신 분들이 또 있다는 거예요. 저는 아직 꿈이 없거든요. 그래서 그분들처럼 저도 아마 여기서 많은 활동을 하면서 제 진로를 찾을 수 있지 않을까 하는 마음을 들어왔고요. 이제 많은 거 정말 좀 많이 했었으면 좋겠어요. 아직 1학년이니까 2학년 되면 또 막 공부하려고 그러면 막 힘들잖아요. 그래서 1학년이만큼 많은 활동했으면 좋겠습니다.
2학년이니까 공부를 많이.
너무 마음 아프고.
너무 마음 아프고.